You, are you a nerd? I'm a nerd. I play games. I like to play a lot of games. I am 22, and I quit a job. I graduated. Well, I graduated and I quit my job after that. And I feel as if I've become a full-on nerd ever since. Because when I was going to school, I was working out. I was working out, went to school the next day, and uh, every time on Friday at school, I could use to lift the weight room at school, which was the same thing as working out. So every Friday, well, every weekend, I was working at a restaurant named Carolina Blue. So before I went to work on Friday, I had made myself work out to the point that I would be sore. And after that, I would go to work. I would already be sore, but I would muster through that. Mustard. I would mustard. But don't worry, I needed to catch up with it. I needed to catch up with mustard. But it's all good. It's all good. At the final inch of work, I was finally done. Got home. I fell asleep like a baby sawing the log. Is that even a saying? I'm just a saying. Yas. Well, as I'm saying, I went to work, I worked out, I went to school, but as soon as I graduated and I quit my job, stopped going to the gym, I can't go to the gym anymore because they closed. It would have been so much awesome keeping a gym downtown where I could just walk there. So, I'm stupid. I should have kept going when it was still open, but I was fucking lazy. I know that's not a reason. That's not an acceptable reason. Luther, do you not understand? I'm talking with my hand. My hand doesn't like it. Urgh, urgh. See? It wants to bite me. But ever since I stopped going to work, ever since I graduated, stopped going to work, the only reason I quit my job was because most of the time, people that I thought were cool were really jerk-offs. When they worked, they were, what's the word? I don't want to say condescending because I don't even know what that means. I could know what it means, I just need to look it up on the internet, but I'm lazy, see? But what I'm talking about here is the workers. Sometimes they work, or they take too many breaks outside, so they would leave me. They would leave me with all this shit, and I had this big guy, Big M, big, big, he would either dirty the dishes after I cleaned them, as he went, put the dishes away, he would drop them. Fuck. So there was one day that I thought it was going to be a whole lot better because we had one of the best workers working. But little did me and him know, at the end of that day, two of the other workers got to get off early. Wait, what? You have a party of 100, and you're gonna have 2 dish boys leave 2 other dish boys. So I was better off washing them, but since the chemicals were giving me rashes, I wanted to give that a rest for a while. So, oh my god, the bus pans, the bus pans, holy shit, they came in one by one by one by one. There was one point that we had like a shitload of them. God damn it. That day, I didn't get home till at least 4. 4? What? Most times, I would get home at either 1 or 2, I think. I don't know. I can't remember. Like, oh my god. Stop trying to make me remember things. Like, God. So, I came home. But thank God. Because even though I could have easily walked home, it's like right up my street from where I work. I didn't walk home because if I walked home, I would have at least face planted the fucking door. But good thing he was a bro about it and he drove me home. He's a really awesome guy. But when I got home, Mom was pissed off. She was pissed off at the time I got home. She thought I was already home. And at the same time, holy fuck. That was on a Sunday. And the very next day, I would have had to go to school. But thank God, school was easy enough for me. At that point, school was easy enough. They made it clear. If you can't come in, call out. And since school at the point, I was in a program called Careers Program. It's working on getting yourself a job, so if you're trying to get into college, you have something to do, so you're not just fucking around being lazy. But as as I told them, I would probably not come in on Mondays and just come in Tuesday and the rest of the days. They're totally cool with that, but sometimes they would have things planned on my little schedule thing saying, um, what was it? That I would have a certain class on Monday. And I'm like, you know, I come to school on that day. And they're like, yeah. I'm like, then why don't you just, like, cut that part off and just, like, put the rest down? They're like, that could be easy, but, you know. To be honest, I don't think that's what they did. They just really put down a little squiggle and then something else. So, some days I came home from work, I would be just fine, or I would get home from work at a really early time. So some days I would come to school on Monday and they'll be like, "Oh my God, Luther, you came in. Are you okay? Do you still have a job?" I'm like, "Yeah, I still have a job. I just wanted to come in this one time on Monday." And they're like, "We don't know where to put you." I'm like, "It's all good. I'll just go to class and see who needs my help. Because that's what I usually do on a Monday. Since there's usually squiggly time, and since when I usually do come in on Mondays, they would put down free time. Not free time, but when somebody had that on their paper, that's basically putting a sign on your head saying, hey, if you ever need help with something, I'm right here. So most of the time I would either be sitting down at a table, just doodling. I can't say that I'm good at drawing because I'm really not. I am not the Picasso you are looking for. So this has been Luther with Life and Nerds. Pokemon.